You will just have seen my statement to the UN General Assembly. What I laid out is that the United Kingdom is now on a pathway to recognize the State of Palestine in September before UNGA. We have always believed that there is no better vision for the future of the region than two states. I'll let my words earlier speak for themselves, but I'm very happy to take a few questions. Let me start with the BBC.
Tom Bateman from the BBC, Foreign Secretary, thank you. There is a diminishing amount of Palestine left to recognise. Your critics will say this is because successive UK governments have empowered and facilitated Israeli governments that have made that very state unviable territorially and through the use of arms. How do you address the UK's responsibility when it comes to this? And why has it taken starvation to make you act now? And also, if I may, how much pressure is the UK government putting on the Israeli leadership to allow journalists independent access to Gaza?
Well, look, let me be clear. Since coming to office, we restored funding to UNRWA. It was important that we took the sober decision to suspend arms sales to Israel that could be used in Gaza. And of course, working with our partners, we've done everything possible to get the humanitarian aid into Gaza, to get those trucks in, and to ensure that we fund UK Med. And we've treated 24,000 Palestinians in that period. But the decision that we have taken today puts us on a pathway towards recognition. And over the next 8 weeks, what we are attempting to do is affect the situation on the ground. We have seen the most horrific scenes. The global community is deeply offended by children being shot and killed as they reach out for aid. The time has come for a ceasefire. The time has come to see those hostages released, and the time has come to abate the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza, to get them the aid and the medical equipment and supplies that they need. And it is my sincere hope that the decision that we have taken today affects the situation on the ground, and we get to that ceasefire, we get to those hostages coming out as soon as possible. And let me say, it has always been the position of the United Kingdom government that we support aid workers, and we abhor the loss of life of aid workers. And of course, it's essential that journalists are able to go about their business in Gaza and report the facts as they see it without fear or favour. Al Jazeera.
Al Arabiya.
Ah, I think I had a question for Al Jazeera. I was told Al Jazeera. Is Al Jazeera here?
Al Arabiya.
Right there.
Thank you. Foreign Secretary, two questions. Number one is, did your Prime Minister give a heads up to the U.S. President yesterday that he would be making this announcement today? And second question, your recognition of Palestine is conditioned, as you said. It's a pathway to recognition. Why is there this conditionality? And how will your government decide if Israel has met the conditions or not?
Well, let me state it wouldn't be right for me to comment on private conversations between our Prime Minister and the President of the United States, except to say, as you know, that the United Kingdom has the most special of relationships with the United States. We have always been clear that no country has a veto on solemn decisions that we make in the United Kingdom, and you will have seen in my statement that I made reference to the unique position of the UK in relation to the situation we see in Israel and Gaza and the occupied territories and the Balfour Declaration. And we have made a decision that puts us on a pathway to recognition. next month. But what we have attempted to do is to affect the situation on the ground. And I sincerely hope that we see a dramatic improvement in the suffering, that we see a commitment to a ceasefire, and we see a commitment to a diplomatic process such that we do not get a pause in relation to that ceasefire, but we get an enduring peace. And it's for us to assess those conditions as we get to next month. But the undertaking I made in the General Assembly just a few minutes ago is a solemn undertaking in front of the whole global community. PA, I think. The PA. AP, sorry, AP.
Thank you. To follow up on Tom's question, what the French government has said it's willing to take actions, calling on the EU to implement unfreeze money that Israel owes to the Palestinian Authority, to be able to sanction any Israeli settlers that are targeting West Bank settlements. What is the UK planning on doing to be able to coerce or incentivize Israel to fall in line? Will there be an arms embargo? Will there be any sanctions against Israel if they do not comply in this?
Well, the United Kingdom has already taken steps to sanction violent settlers on the ground, and these are decisions that other countries have not taken. We also took decisions to sanction Ben Gvir and Smodrick, and these are decisions that the European Union have not yet taken. We indicated 27 foreign ministers came together with me in a statement just 2 weeks ago, and we indicated that we would take further steps to affect the situation on the ground, and we are clear about that. But today is about achieving the abatement of the suffering that we see on the ground. We have to have those trucks get in, and our assessment is that 25 trucks went in, I think, on Sunday, perhaps up to 35 just in this last period. We have delivered 20 tons of aid with our Jordanian friends into northern Gaza in terms of airdrops to alleviate the suffering, and obviously to ensure that those airdrops landed safely in a clear path. But that will not ease the suffering that we are seeing, the malnourishment that now is widespread, and the fear of starvation that is a global concern. And so the United Kingdom, working with partners, and you've seen us working with our Arab partners, but obviously working alongside France and Saudi Arabia today, we are all attempting to bring an end to this suffering. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.